What's going on, everybody? Jason here, Metal Till Death video time. We got another little toy here we're going to play with. So for a while now, I've been wanting to get a sub for my recording studio. It's not like really hugely necessary, but I've always noticed that when I'm recording, it's really hard to measure the low end and the bass with just the monitors, so I'd always have to put on my headphones and stuff. So I just wanted to thunder it up a little bit. And after watching a bunch of videos, I can't afford something expensive, so I got this Rockville Shaker 8, and it was only 120 bucks off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. So let's open this up and we'll talk a little bit about it. Well, one thing I will say, this was packaged very well. I mean, it was in a box, and then Amazon put all that in another bigger box. So I can't, that was packaged very well. And then it looks like we got our manual power cord. And let's take this off. Okay, here's the sub. This is an 8-inch. It's the Rocker Shaker 8. They got 3 different colors, white, black, and wood grain. I got the white so it'll match my Kali LP6 studio monitors, which are black and white, mainly white. The boxes are white. I will move the camera around and I'll show you the whole thing. We're going to measure this real quick. Let's see, we got 15 inches deep. Looks like about 11 3/4 wide and 14 1/4 tall. I did see someone complain about the feet online. Yeah, some funky. I guess they are on, looks like we got some plastic feet with, looks like a foam ring around each foot, so feels a little. Now, my whole plan on this, guy, is really right off the bat, is I'm going to make a whole new box for this. This is only $120. I'm not really expecting this. I don't need that much bass, just a little bit of, I just need a little kick behind my studio monitors. So I'm not expecting this to go boom, and if anything, it's probably a true sub should be facing down. This one's facing out. So, you know, we're going to hook all this up in this video, and we'll see how this sounds. Hopefully it'll sound good, but my whole plan is if I can remove the speaker and the electronic plate on back, I'm going to make my own box and have this subwoofer face down, and the box is going to be completely sealed. That way you'll get more of a boom. All right, here's a real close-up. I'm going to see if I can remove the grill. Just want to see if I can see the speaker. I don't know if you can remove the grill on this one. The black one you can. Let me get you a close-up on those feet. That's what the feet look like. They're not horrible, actually. That's pretty cool. You can actually unscrew them. So if I make another, if I make another box, those will probably be too small. But here's the back of it. Now, here's the thing, guys. This is why I ordered this one. I did a lot of research how to hook up a sub to your recording studio. This is not the same thing as a home studio. You can buy, there's so many different subwoofers online, and there's so many different inputs. For a home studio, you're going to have your basic audio interface, which is going to have at least a 2 outputs, a left and a right, to your studio monitors. Now, how do you hook up the subwoofer? You can't just plug it into your computer. So the left and right outs of your audio interface, instead of going to the monitors, need to come to your subwoofer, which this has line in. And then you have the outs. Now those go to your monitors. And then that's how you're going to hook it up correctly. The problem is there's not a whole lot of subs out there that do that. I wanted to get one that had the 1/4-inch jacks in and out, and there's hardly any of them. I think the cheapest one was PreSonus Eris, and that was $200. I didn't want to spend that much. So this one has RCAs. I didn't necessarily want to use RCA, but from the research I did, RCA doesn't really sound, you're not going to hear any sound difference from RCA over 1/4-inch, like your guitar cable. So this should work. And let's see, we got our in and outs. You also have your high level inputs. You have your volume and your frequency, which we're gonna turn that all the way down. So I guess this is ready to go, but before we hook this up, before we take it inside and hook it up, I'm gonna see if I can get the grill off of it. Okay, actually I was able to get the grill off. I used this little pick tool here and just made one tiny hole, stuck that in there, and then you can put this, pry it, and then pull it off. And yeah, not bad looking. Not a bad looking woofer there. Suspension feels fairly stiff, so that's good. I was really hoping this was not going to be super easy. So it's very stiff. So that's a good thing. So we'll go ahead and put the grill back on, and then we'll set it up. All right, guys, I got my studio set back up. I did this about a week ago. If the picture seems all curved, I had to zoom out, not zoom in, to kind of get the whole picture. But there's the Leo James Rickenbacker copy, the Flying V. This is my old setup from Idaho, and I got to reset back up in the bedroom here. There is the sub. So we're going to set all this up. I do have, here's the power cord. Here's the power cord for the sub, and I already bought, this is what you need, at least for my setup. I got 2/4 inch coming out of the Scarlett Solo interface, and then these will go into the sub. And then I just had some spare RCA cables. These will come out of the sub to the back of the monitors. So before you jump out and buy this, just make sure that your monitors, your interface, everything has the correct connections. We're basically going all RCA on this. The LP6 have RCA inputs, but the Solo interface, Scarlett Solo Focusrite, does not have RCA outputs. It only has the 1/4 inch, so you got to go from quarter to RCA. Okay, guys, let's see if this works. I'm gonna start playing this. All right, we got no sound because the subwoofer is off. Well, the sub is working. I don't hear anything out of my monitors. All right, I finally got it working. So when I hooked all this up, the monitors were not working. And I had to look up the manual for these online because I have these hooked up with 1/4 inch, your 1/4 inch cables. When you're doing that, the RCA input is automatically turned off. There's a bunch of switches in the back of these LP6s. You have to make sure the number 8 switch is flipped up, and that bypasses the 1/4 inch. It turns the RCA input on. Now it's all working. Okay, I've unplugged the speakers, the monitors. I'm going to see if you can just, I don't know how well you can hear any of this on my iPhone. So we're going to play just the subwoofer. Oh, I gotta turn down. Okay, not sure how well you guys can hear that. Obviously, trying to do a video review on a speaker like this, you guys are not hearing it the way that I'm hearing it in the room. But I will tell you from what I'm hearing, it sounds pretty damn good. And not bad for an 8-inch for 120 bucks. Able to professionally run this in a recording studio the way that you are supposed to. So far, sounds decent. It's not very loud because once you turn this the way it's supposed to go, can't hear a lot of bass. I think I will end up building another box for this. The bass is a little punchy. I'm pretty sure they do not insulate the inside of these boxes, which they should be. You should have almost like a foam or a carpet or something lining the inside of the walls. But yeah, I mean, it works. All right, guys, that's the video. The Rockville Shaker 8, 120 bucks off of Amazon. They got 3 different colors. So far, so good. I'm not gonna say that's anything you want to hook up to a home theater. I don't really, for like watching movies and stuff. I don't think that's gonna work or suffice. They have a 10 and 12 inch of these Rockvilles. Those would probably work better. But as far as the 8-inch, just for your little recording studio setup, I think that's enough. And I'm gonna play around with it for a few days to see how it works. I mean, it does work, but see how it sounds with recording stuff. But I think in the long run, I'm probably gonna build my own box for it, and it's gonna give it a lot more rumble, better low end. It won't be so punchy. You can turn the decibel down on that. I believe it's the decibels down to like 50 not dBs, or you know what I mean. I would highly recommend turning that all the way down to get that lowest sub sound. But I mean, so far no complaints. It works. It's doing the job it's supposed to do. It's got some really nice low end deep bass going. The feet are really good. It's not rattling on the floor at all. So for 120 bucks, how can you go wrong? As long as it doesn't catch fire in the middle of the night, I will be happy. Make sure you guys have your connections right. That takes the RCA ins and outs. And that's it. And then it'll work, plug and play, and it's ready to go. And I think that definitely made a really, really nice difference on recording. When you're just using the studio monitors, sometimes it's hard to really hear what the low end's doing, so you have to put on some headphones or play it in the car or whatnot. But this will definitely help me work on the kick drum and the bass guitar and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys have been thinking about whether you want to hook up a sub to your recording studio, yes, you can do it. You can do it. And should you? I don't know. That's personal preference. Me, I wanted to. But yeah, if you want a cheap, inexpensive sub that's just going to give you some decent, nice low end, you can't beat this one. But if you can afford, like I said, they also have a 10 and 12 inch. If you guys can afford more than that, go for it. I didn't want to spend a whole lot on a sub when it's just for recording studio purposes. It doesn't need to be crazy thumping. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope this video helped you out. You guys, metal till death out there.